Lo-Fi Old Man Deep Dive. Lace Sensor Partscaster. Hello, tubers. Intro. In 1950, Fender made the Telecaster. In 1954, Fender made the Stratocaster. In 2026, we have the Litigator. The Litigator is a trademark and copyright of Lo-Fi Old Man. Any infringement and unauthorized commercial use will result in a cease and desist order and litigation for damages. It looks like Fender just did a Gibson. I think they don't realize that their customers make up a community. These are hobbyists, collectors, enthusiasts, musicians, professionals, guitar makers, and guitar stores large and small. In my opinion, this is a relatively chill community. Other than minor bickering about tone wood, fake guitar demos, and lip syncing, we don't fight much, and better yet, we support each other. We don't attack each other, especially with that kind of hostility. I hope Fender took notes on how Gibson had to regain the goodwill of the community when Gibson did their own snafu, because it seems to be Fender's turn. With all the information and the internet, it seems that nobody learns anything. I think the internet has expressed enough acrimony about this issue. I'm moving on. Besides, this video essay is not about that. Real intro. Okay, I'm trying out another guitar format where I do a deep dive on a random guitar, a sort of vicarious guitar nerding. I've done this before on some guitars, but I'm trying to make it more visually and musically appealing, more showing and playing and less talking. That said, I'm still finding my way on how to do this video, considering that I've already set the guitar up to play well and I feel hesitant to take the guitar apart again to show you the innards because that means that I'll have to set it up again. We'll see. This might end up as an ankle deep dive. I'll also avoid A-B comparisons. No more tone chasing. I think I've done enough A-B comparisons. This won't be about which guitar sounds better. It is what it is. Let's just pick a guitar up and play it and see what it can and cannot do. This video shouldn't be about guitar envy, more about encouraging fellow hobbyists to pick their own guitar and try something out. Another thing, I will demo songs that I like and know how to play. This is not a best riffs of all time thing. I'll just try to showcase the range of the instrument. This is my first project of that sort. I'm sure that my repertoire will broaden as time goes by. Lastly, for gear, I'm not using any pedals. I'm currently using a Vox VT40X, which is a tube amp with some built-in effects. I'll try to approximate the original tone, and while I'm not exactly OCD about tone, I'll do my best, so please no nitpicking. There's just one cell phone doing the video and front audio. Audio edits, if any, may pass through Audacity, and both tracks are sent to DaVinci Resolve for syncing and balancing. Since I don't have pedals, I'll do a little editing when there's a demo that features more than one guitar or one effect. Lace sensors. I've always wanted to try a Strat with lace sensors, but these do not come cheap. These pickups were originally installed in models of the Fender Strat Plus series between 1987 to 1999. At that time, the Strat Plus series was just a notch below the Fender Custom Shop series. Some have active electronics, and since I avoid a guitar with batteries, the search has narrowed down to guitars with lay sensors, but with no built-in preamps. Lay sensors are pickups designed by Don Lace and manufactured by Actodyne General International since 1985. The pickups are still being sold today, even after the tie-up between Fender and Lace Music Products have ended. Lay sensor pickups are still single coil pickups, but like Jaguar pickups, they have metal surrounds inside that help reduce hum. We could consider them as a quieter single coil pickup than the traditional Strat pickup, although I don't have the instruments and gadgets to prove that. They also come in several models designated as colors: red, blue, silver, light blue, purple, burgundy, gold, and hot gold. Each color has a different tone nuance from the other. If I'm not mistaken, gold is the vintage voiced version, and all the other colors are a little hotter than the gold. Knowing that these were pricey, I was willing to take anything cheap and available. These sometimes popped up in the marketplace, but were always beyond my means. The proverbial unicorn. Partscaster. For the less informed, a partscaster is guitar speak for a guitar cobbled up from different parts. The neck, body, bridge, and other parts can come from different sources and then put together. This guitar is a partscaster with Fender Lay Sensor Gold pickups. At the end of the day, the pickups are the voices of the guitar, the most important component, regardless of the other parts. This guitar came like this, and it seems that there is no major defect, so it remains this way. No major overhaul needed. It seems that the former owner had the same idea, to have lay sensors regardless of the other parts of the guitar. Leo Fender designed these guitars to be modular, meaning each part can be replaced by the owner for whatever reason. Neck. The neck is a mighty Mite, which, if I may emphasize, is officially licensed by Fender, so no cease and desist tomfoolery here. However, the neck is voluntarily destroying itself, so once I'm done with the demos, I'll try to do a little fix with super glue. This neck looks like it's been well used, and the frets are okay. Some setup with the action and truss rod was needed to do the high note bends. I can't explain to you why the headstock looks like this. It came like that. Mighty Mite necks, while licensed by Fender, do not carry the Fender logo. My best guess is that the former owner attempted to stick a Fender water decal and messed it up and somehow tried to carve or paint the logo and screwed it up some more. I'm just guessing here. While it's not exactly a work of art, I do not find it offensive, so it remains that way. There's no tone in that part of the guitar. The neck plate is a 4 bolt, plus it has that extra bottom center hole for the micro tilt adjustment. but this guitar clearly doesn't have the micro tilt feature. It looks like a USA neck plate from the name on it. The micro tilt was introduced in the 70s during the 3-bolt era. If the guitar has a micro tilt adjustment, there is a bolt underneath which we can adjust through that hole. This adjusts the neck angle in relation to the body, replacing the need to add shims, which was the traditional way of adjusting the neck angle. This means that this neck plate was taken from somewhere else. The tuners are Cluson tuners with a split shaft. I'm not quite sure if they're real Clusons, but they hold tune well, so I don't need to replace them. And unusually for me, the ferrules have a ceramic lining. I've installed Clusons before. This is the first time I've seen this. I won't remove the neck from the body anymore as it is already properly set up. Strats aren't the easiest guitars to set up, especially if we expect reliable performance with the high note bends. Body pickups and electronics. The pickups are Fender lay sensor golds. That's what the labels say, painted in gold, meaning that these fall within the 1987 to 1999 period. Unfortunately, the pickguard is lodged deep in the neck pocket, so I can't remove the pickguard without removing the neck, which I'm hesitant to do because the guitar is well set up already. That means I can't accurately date the pickups. Way back during my gas days, that would have driven me crazy, being unable to properly date the guitar, but at this point it's fine. Without disassembling the guitar, the pickguard looks like a USA model with 11 screw holes. The body is a sunburst with the yellow part still visible, and could be a USA body because it's chunkier when placed side by side with a made in Japan body. The one on the left is the guitar, the one on the right is a made in Japan body. However, the screw holes in the body do not match the pickguard. In fact, I can only install 3 screws as the other body holes are not aligned with the pickguard. It's hard to say where the body came from, but for me, I don't really care anymore. Bridge. The bridge is the 6 screw vintage style model, which is not the bridge of Strat Pluses, which are the 2-point knife edge type. That is fine. I'm partial to the vintage style bridge, though I think that this bridge is not US made. The US made bridge block is a little beefier. This is thinner, and I do not know if this bridge could be from a Squire or a Japanese or Mexican Strat. Whatever it is, it's fine by me. I know a bit on how to do a floating bridge, although for this guitar I do not feel the need for that. A floating Strat bridge allows us to push and pull the tremolo a little. The operative phrase here is a little. No dive bumps. A non-floating bridge can only lower the note, and this is how this Partscaster bridge is set up. Tweaks. As mentioned earlier, I had to do a little adjustment on the truss rod and the action on some strings since they fret out on high note bends. But this is par for the course for any Strat. In my experience, Strats need some fine tuning based on our personal tastes on action, bridge position, and neck flatness. Also, as promised, I added some super glue to the cracks on the headstock just to arrest the cracks and make the neck last a bit longer. Verdict. How does this delay sensor Partscaster measure up? Since we aren't doing A-B comparisons anymore, from the demos, I'd say it sounds just like a Strat should, and the probable minimal hum, which I cannot measure or prove, should be a good bonus. I had grounded the amp to the window grill, and the laptop and cell phone charger hasn't been causing any hum lately. This Partscaster seems to perform and sound as well as any other Strat. I know that Strat pickups are slightly different from each other, but if we're playing to a non-guitarist audience, I'm sure they will not spot the nuances nor care about it. Because I don't want to remove the neck, this ends up like a knee-deep dive, but for now it's okay because the guitar performs just like how a Strat is supposed to perform. Overall, this is a good Strat. No guitar is perfect, and this one isn't also. But from the demos I did, I hope you get a good idea of what this guitar can and cannot do. This is all for now, and see you on the next video.